What's up, everybody? Welcome to the program. Let's get into this right now. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe. As you know, he's been accused of sexual assault of an ex-girlfriend. She has filed a $50 million lawsuit against him. A lot of people think that it's because he's getting ready to sign a big contract, but it's not what you always think it is. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not surprised that Shannon Sharpe is going through this situation, given the fact that if you go and do some deeper dive history on Shannon Sharpe when he was in New York, remember he used to work for CBS. He was on CBS football coverage on Sundays a long time ago. There was an incident, a sexual incident there where someone accused him and had filed a lawsuit against him in the New York area. So Shannon Sharpe has had these issues that have been brought to his table in the past where people have alleged that he has done this. In this case, it is a girlfriend. They have been using the name Jane Doe. Let's break through all the BS. Her name is Gabriella Zuniga. Gabriella Zuniga is the name, the real name of this young lady. I want to clear something else up too as well. A lot of people have been saying that this is Gabriella Zuniga. No, it's not. This has been a mistake that people have ran with. She is not the female that he has had interaction with or had relationship with that's accusing him of such nasty deeds. This is the woman right here who he has had relationship with, who is accusing him of such types of deeds. This is the real Gabriella Zuniga, who he has been involved with since 2023 and all the way into 2024, where they originally broke the relationship off. That would be in 2024 of August of that year. Then something happened in October where she eventually accused Shannon Sharpe of raping her, sexually assaulting her in so many different ways. She said that this happened in October of 2024 all the way into the new year, which would be January of 2025 of this year. So she's saying that Shannon Sharpe has done things such as he has either videotaped her in sexual acts with him, I guess, without her consent, without her consenting to it, that Shannon Sharpe has done some pretty nasty things, okay? She has put out this particular suit. Once again, Shannon Sharpe offered $10 million. This is very important what I'm putting up on the screen, because one would say that if Shannon Sharpe is truly innocent of what this young lady is claiming that he did to her over the time that they were in a relationship or after they were in a relationship, that he continued to strong arm her, as he has said in the audio that I'm going to play you. I've got audio of him talking about how he wanted to that he would choke her. I've got the audio of him responding to the allegations, the alleged allegations. I've got video from Stephen A. Smith talking about this situation. But here it is. Shannon Sharpe offered a $10 million settlement to accuser over the various claims that the lawyer says, and that we know that the lawyer is Busby. Okay, Tony Busby, who is many people feel is a shady individual. He's the one that was representing the young lady that was making claims that Jay-Z at a Diddy party was involved in sexually abusing her. This man is like what you would call an ambulance chaser. He goes after anything that's shiny, that's powerful enough to put his name out there. But they're saying that Jay-Z is in the process of suing him, or has made claim, because Jay-Z said that he lost a lot of money because of Tony Busby making allegations that turned out to not be correct, that turned out to be a false. So this is what's going on in the situation. Shannon Sharpe finds himself in a situation for so many different reasons. Let me play Stephen A. Smith real quick before I get to Shannon Sharpe, where I believe a lot of this is coming from. Let me let you hear Stephen A. Smith break some things down here. Here we go, everybody. Check this out.
This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out earlier today by Attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharpe. We don't know whether that's true or not. This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met who was 19 years old at that particular.
Let me bring that back to the part that you might have missed right there while I was, here we go.
According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time.
I want to stop it right there. Shannon Sharpe is about what? How old is Shannon Sharpe, everybody? He's 55 years old, maybe 56. I'm 55 myself, going on 56 this year. I understand this young lady is of age, as you see her right there. She's of age, but I can't help but wonder, what is a grown man doing at his age, Shannon Sharpe's age, messing around and engaging in relations with a 19-year-old girl who is old enough to be his daughter and maybe around the same age, if not younger, than his current daughter that he has, his biological daughter that Shannon Sharpe has. I'm just asking that question because, these older guys, getting involved with these younger women, and one thing leads to another. And now here he is, 50-something years old or more, caught up in situations like this where he's being accused of something that either he did or he did not do, because she's alleging that this man exploited her sexually and that she recorded him. And I'm going to play the recording. And I'm thinking, like, why did she record him unless people are already saying, did she record Shannon Sharpe because she was looking to set him up for the big payday? I don't know, everybody, but I do know that you would think that Shannon Sharpe, being as grown of a damn man as he should be and as he portrays himself to be, that he would be better than this, not get himself caught up in this type of drama. But why is a man of this age, I mean, this man's damn near pushing 60 years old, involved with a 19-year-old young lady whose brain isn't fully developed? I think that from the video clips that I'm going to play, I think that they were involved in some really weird, kinky type stuff that either was consensual or not consensual. I don't know. But this all ties back to the video or the audio that came out a year ago where Shannon Sharpe was getting it in with a woman. And that woman that he was getting it in with was not Gabriella. It wasn't her. It wasn't this young lady that you see right here at all. It wasn't this young lady right here, okay? But it was another woman. But Shannon Sharpe, some kind of way, he told everybody that, somebody either hacked into his IG, all kind of excuses, or that he never used IG and he doesn't know how his IG went live, but it went live. I find that highly cap. And I mean, I think he's just straight capping, because we all know, come on, we're not stupid. You got to go through several prompts to be able to go live on IG. Everybody knows that. You could throw your phone on the bed, on the ground. Your IG live doesn't just come on. So the question is, did Shannon Sharpe do that on purpose? What was the deal with that? Because once he gave an apology about that, This man on his own show was promoting sex pills. He was doing a complete info commercial, and promoting a sex pill, making you wonder, did he do all of this just to create buzz around what he was selling? But let me play you that video just to give you a reminder of where Shannon Sharpe was with his mind at that time, because I think that this is the precursor to where he finds himself with this young lady right now who's accusing him of sexual mixed deeds towards her. But then he dropped some, they dropped some audio. Tony Busby, the lawyer, dropped audio that made Shannon Sharpe look really weird. But then Shannon Sharpe turned around and said, well, wait a minute, let me show you what kind of female she really is. She's into this type of kink because she said some nasty things to him and he said nasty things to her over text messages. And I'm going to show you that. Another thing, too, that kills me about these athletes is that a lot of these athletes, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Y'all, look, let's not be fooled by this. Just because these basketball and football players are tall, muscular, make a lot of money, it does not make them alpha men. A lot of these guys are really beta, and they'll just jump for any female and sometimes get with females of low quality just because they got a certain body part on them, booty or whatever. But he met this young lady, Gabby, as he called him, just say Gabby for short. How did he meet her? He even admitted in the video that I'm going to play you today where he responds to the allegations. He even admitted that she's an OnlyFans girl. This is her page right here. These athletes get with these women that exploit themselves sexually all over social media like this, okay? Or even like this. And I'm not even showing you all of this picture right here where she's got her breasts sort of exposed on her, what's this, Instagram page or whatever, IG as we call it. These athletes get with these women that I would say are of low quality, and then they are shocked when they're being accused of things like this, dealing what I would feel are low quality. I don't care if the woman is very attractive looking, they can still be low quality, and then they wonder why they get accused of such things when they're dealing with low quality type women. Here is Shannon Sharpe. I think this is the epicenter of everything that's happening with him. This is back when he got caught with that audio that got exposed on his IG. And then he lied and said he didn't know what was going on. Check this out.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times. And I always try to be professional at all times, even when I'm behind closed doors. I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities. But to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, gazed in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden, and people are calling me.
Let me stop right there.
Day of my life.
I want to stop right there because I called cap on everything that he's saying right here. Let's play this back.
Been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after
he says he's never used the Instagram Live a day of his life, but then he somehow knows how to pick it up for people that's FaceTiming him. The bottom line is, I don't believe anything that Shannon Sharpe has said about this particular incident because of the fact that there's too many damn prompts before you even can upload into a IG Live, should I say. Let's continue. This is, I believe, is the precursor to where he is now. This is with a different woman, of course, but Once again, let's go.
After a while, Jamie, and he says, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again because you called me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex.
And that's exactly what happened, everybody. He was having sex, or what we thought was having sex. You heard him making all kind of the sex sounds. You know how this goes. And then he makes the claim that he didn't know what's going on. Just like now he's saying, hey, I didn't do anything to this woman. It's hard to believe what Shannon Sharpe says when he wasn't, I think, completely honest about the whole IG debacle, the whole mess that turned into a controversy all over social media, right? And then, of course, there's been people that have claimed that, hey, we think that he's gay. There's people that think that maybe he did it on purpose to make people think that he wasn't gay. But then now we have this situation where a young lady jumps out of the window and says, hey, he has sexually assaulted me. He has put me in situations where he has videotaped me without my consent. Now, Shannon says that everything that he has done with this young lady was been in the guise of consent. Tony Busby, the lawyer, this lawsuit was filed in the state of Nevada, in Clark County, Nevada, for a woman listed in court documents as Jane Doe. No, her name is Gabriella Zuniga. Gabby, as he calls her, Shannon Sharpe. And this was filed against him. Shannon Sharpe tried to settle with her for $10 million, as I said at the beginning of this video, which makes me think, is Shannon Sharpe trying to hide anything? What is he hiding? Here's the audio that really has got everybody caught off guard by storm. Check this out.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just going to like get mad at and you're just going to hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
Stop right there. You heard him say clearly, if you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the effing you know what out of you. Now, the question everybody is saying is that, was Shannon Sharpe doing some kind of kinky thing with this woman? Was this kink talk, or was he literally serious about choking her to her no longer being here? Let me play this again, because after he says this, her reaction, people are saying, is not what you expect. People think that maybe the video was doctored some kind of way, edited in some kind of way, because the pause just wasn't natural. I'm going to let it play through this second time around so you can see what I'm talking about. Was Shannon Sharpe and this young lady involved in some kinky type of sex acts, that this is the way that they sort of talk to each other, that he was the dom and she was the bottom, as they say? Let's play this again. I'm going to play this all the way through so you can see what I'm talking about.
You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
You're hearing a long pause after he says that to her. Check this out. It's a pause.
Thank you.
She doesn't respond right away.
Okay.
It's a long ass pause.
Well,
see? That's a long ass pause.
I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Stop right there. Someone tells you that they want to choke you to the half of to your not living anymore, like to your life being taken away. Is that natural for a person to have a long pause like that? And then she says in a very soft voice, well, I don't want to be choked. And I guess Shannon Sharpe near the end says, well, that's what's going to happen. That's what you deserve. Or Shannon Sharpe's on some weird stuff here, but there's something weird about that part of the audio as it paused for a long time before she said something. That's where people believe that maybe that video was sliced and diced up or what have you. Or do you believe that that's authentic, that that's her real response to what he said? Something weird is going on here, but we do know that Shannon Sharpe is on some weird type stuff here. And let me just play this little part right here.
You know what?
There we go.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
So she says she doesn't want to be choked. I've had to play it for a second time. This whole thing is weird. Let me read something to you all. Some notes I've got here. Gabriella is suing Sharpe for $50 million, claiming that while they were in a relationship in 2024, he filmed them having sex without her consent. And that's what makes people think that that IG situation where he's claiming that he didn't know he went live on IG, that if this woman is suing him as well for the fact that he's putting her on video without her consent, the question you would have to wonder, the woman that he was having sex with in that IG audio, did she know that she was on audio? Did he do that on purpose and then turn around and tell us that it was a mistake, that he didn't know what was going on? But then on his show, when he gave that apology about it and I played the video, later on, he's promoting some type of sex pill, some type of sexual pleasure stuff on his show. He's advertising it. He's promoting it. Something about what Shannon is doing here in that instance doesn't make sense to me, everybody. What do you all think? Leave comments in the comment section of this video when you get an opportunity. Okay. She said that he never had her consent to film her doing their sex acts, and that he was intentionally inflicting emotional distress as he raped her. As we know, Shannon has denied this. I'm going to say it again. He has denied these things. Let me let you hear the video that everybody's been talking about where he gave a response to the situation. And here we go.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I wouldn't myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is...
So there he gives the name. He gives her, calls her Gabby. I said her name too. He said this is nothing but a shakedown. They're trying to shake him down for money. But the question is, this is what's going on. They're saying that there's more audio. And then Shannon has released text messages of some of the kinky things that's been going on. Let's continue to play this.
All about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
All right. There it is. What can I say? Shannon Sharpe is going to fight for his life. What do you think, everybody? Do you think Shannon Sharpe is guilty of these things? Do you think he's innocent? Do you think the young lady, Gabby, is just looking for a good payday because she knows Shannon Sharpe is getting paid big money? What do you all think about this whole situation? Really is a shame. Let's talk about Tony Busby, the lawyer who a lot of people think he is a lowbrow lawyer, always got himself involved in something weird and always trying to make a big payday off of people. He says he's going to continue fighting this case. Let's put this up here right now. He says this: I'm not trying this case in the press. We release this only because, he's talking about the audio, only because Sharpe's lawyers chose to attempt to discredit and dox Miss Gabby by releasing multiple texts with no context. Did they release the entirety of the text surrounding the ones from yesterday? The audio is very clear of the situation and speaks for itself. What do you think about what Tony Busby, the lawyer, you think he's got a foot to stand on here? Let's get to those other things that are really raising people's eyebrows here, which is the text messages. So this is Shannon Sharpe, who released these text messages. Statement by Lanny J. Davis, counsel for Shannon Sharpe. This is how it went, everybody. This is the text messages between him and this Gabby, this young lady Gabby that he was involved with at one point in time. This is some weird stuff, what I'm about to read to you, so brace what you're about to hear. Here it goes. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me. It's while you're effing me. Now, you know what this is all about, everybody. Let's just keep it real. Basically, she's telling Shannon Sharpe what she want him to do to her, how she wants him to do it, when, how, and where, okay? Shannon Sharpe dropped these text messages because he wanted to show you that she's into the kink. She's into being choked. So when she played the audio of him saying, I'll choke your what else out, and you heard that pause there, he's trying to prove that she's into this sort of kinky stuff, that she's a, as we call, super freak, that she's interested. He's trying to show that they had this weird sexual type relationship where they talk this kinky type talk. It's really tight. It's really weird stuff, y'all. I got to be honest with you. To each his own, of course, but it's weird stuff. She wants him to put a dog collar around her, and then choke her. Let's go into some more details here. So after she said that, put that dog collar around my neck and F me, Gabriella Zuniga goes on to say in a text message to Shannon Sharpe on October the 7th, 2023, I know you missed this big, juicy, booty, right? $25,000 for each cheek. Gabriella Zuniga goes on to say in a text message to Shannon Sharpe on 1/1/2025, which is the January where she's claiming that during October of 2024, going into the new year of January 2025, that this is when he was sexually assaulting her. But right here, he has the text messages on January 1st, 2025, which is New Year's at 9:19 p.m. It says this lawsuit filed by Gabriella Zuniga, Gabby, is an orchestration by her attorney, Tony Busby, is attempting to shake down Mr. Sharpe. This is by his lawyer saying that Sharpe is being shaken down by Tony Busby. The young lady, Gabby, are shaking him down for millions of dollars. They filed this lawsuit with laws, distortions, and misrepresentation, and it will not be successful or succeed. Let's go on to the next thing here, right here. This is kinky stuff. Shannon Sharpe puts out more text messages of their conversation. She says they go on to say this: only if you put that baby gravy in me, So this is what's weird about this. They went on in these text messages where he was saying, you want me to put a black baby in you, a black baby. This is weird stuff, y'all. Let's just go over this real quick. It's weird stuff. Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, November 23rd, 2023. I want to put my tongue in your booty. You know what that means. And then marry you. This is weird stuff. Shannon Sharpe said this. Text from Gabby, from Gabby saying to Shannon Sharpe, January 12th, 2024. That's my daddy. F. I want you to put a big black baby in me. Uh-oh. Shannon Sharpe is doing this slave cosplay type stuff. Okay. Text from Gabby to Shannon Sharpe on August the 6th, 2024. You better crave it because you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Oh my God. That's what she's saying to him. Text from Gabby again, August 11, 2024. This stuff gets kinkier and kinkier. August 24, these messages are just a sample of a border pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by Miss Zuniga, in this case, Gabby, that he calls her. Miss Zuniga is the last name. He's saying that she initiated all of this kinky talk, and it's weird stuff, everybody. I got to be honest with you. Let me fix my earpiece here. This is really weird stuff here, everybody. And then I took this off of social media. This young lady right here said something that I think I agree with. She says Shannon Sharpe is being into race play is one of the least surprising things about him, that he's into race play. This is really weird stuff, y'all. Really, really, really weird stuff. Now check this out. Tony Busby, the lawyer for Miss Gabby, put out a complete statement in his social media breaking down some things. Let's go over it right now. Check this out, everybody. This is April 22nd, 2025. Shannon Sharpe released a false and misleading statement through his attorney. This is according to Tony Busby. The statement from Shannon Sharpe, newest lawyer, falsely accused Mr. Jane Doe, Mrs. Gabby, because we know her name now, okay, editing a video claiming that is not only a demonstration of false, but also being desperate, right? The lawyer also suggested that Mrs. Gabby refused to make the video available to Mr. Sharpe. Against this assumption is easily proven untrue. This is easily proven untrue. In fact, Mrs. Gabby insisted that he watch it. Here's what is true. Although Miss Gabby never referred any video or multiple audio that she processed in the lawsuit that she filed, now that Mr. Sharpe lawyers has decided to breach that subject, we will address it. An incredibly damaging video does indeed exist. This is according to Tony Busby. The content of that video speaks volumes about Mr. Sharpe and his behavior. That video, which will be played to the jury, is extremely problematic for Mr. Sharpe's team, as I anticipate disclosure, the existence of video in an effort to try and get ahead of it. That effort will fall flat, he's saying. Now, further moving on, in this statement, Mr. Sharpe attorneys refer to several texts. Every text that Mr. Sharpe counsel released today from Miss Gabby are dated prior to the alleged brutal assault set forth in Gabby's case. So they're saying this is all prior. Those texts were obviously released in an effort to distract the public attention from the allegations and Miss Gabby's lawsuit. It will not work. This is according to Tony Busby, her lawyer, who has a shady background, alleged as a lawyer, y'all, in the way he goes and conducts his business as a lawyer. Now, let's continue on with this. A little history. Back in early February, our office contacted Mr. Sharpe on behalf of Miss Gabby and breached the subject of meeting. Multiple conversations took place. Ultimately, mediation occurred and Mr. Sharpe was represented by different lawyers in that mediation. That mediation process went on for more than 6 weeks, ultimately leading to Mr. Sharpe making an incredible, significant offer to settle. Ultimately, Gavi refused that hefty sum offered by Sharpe. That was the 10, everybody, that was the $10 million right here. Shannon Sharpe offered $10 million settlement. Let's go into some more details about this. Pro Football Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe previously offered a settlement of around $10 million to the woman that filed a lawsuit against him for former NFL tight end, accusing him of sexual assault, battery, amongst other allegations. Sharpe's attorneys revealed in a press conference with the media on Tuesday of this week. Okay, now they're saying that he made this offer of $10 million, according to Tony Busby, but Miss Gavi refused to take the money because I guess she wants to take the whole damn franchise by suing him in a court of law and exposing him. I guess, I don't know. It's whatever you guys think. Is she gold digging here? Is she has a legitimate case? What's really going on? If Shannon Sharpe did this, this is really bad for him to do this to a female, take advantage of her. And if she's trying to take advantage of him, that's really bad on her part. If this is truly a thing that she's doing that's trying to set him up. And either way, both of these people would be wrong in either way that they're doing things. Okay. Let's go to the next letter by Tony Busby, her attorney. This will be the last one I'll read. Prior to engaging in the mediation process, Mr. Sharpe counsel insisted on Gavi signing a confidential agreement. So he didn't want her to be able to talk about this anymore. If you're not, everybody, if you got nothing to hide, you didn't do any of these things, what are you doing giving this woman a $10 million settlement if you know you didn't do anything to her? 2, what are you doing trying to get her to sign some kind of confidential disclosure if you didn't do anything, Sharpe? It doesn't look good in particularly. Okay, here we go, continuing. So to sign a confidential agreement, Mr. Sharpe attorney has now breached that agreement while at the same time deliberately revealing Gavi's name. Okay, let me move on to the highlighted areas. Mr. Sharpe conducted throughout the 2-year relationship revealed a pattern of narcissism, manipulation, coercing, control, growing progressive woes in the relationship. Sharpe, new lawyer, claims in his statement that the evidence paints a clear picture that he's right about that. Okay, although we will save the video discussion by Sharpe's lawyers for a courtroom, I will suggest that Mr. Sharpe, new lawyer, take a moment to listen to his client at a different time on the audio. Mr. Sharpe threatened to choke the F out of, or the shit out of, Miss Gabrielle. The content of this clip they're explosive. We heard the clip, everybody. I played that clip. Are in a dangerous or very dangerous, according to Tony Busby. Okay, leading her to escape from him by leaving Nevada and blocking all contact with Shannon Sharpe. This is not the first time that Mr. Sharpe has faced allegations of mistreating a woman. He was also sued, as I told y'all, in New York for allegedly aggressive and inappropriate behavior detailed in that lawsuit. And remember, he used to be on CBS Sports, but for some reason he disappeared off of there and was no longer on there. Let's get back to this again. Mr. Sharpe aggressive approach will instead have the opposite effect. Miss Gavi is not afraid of the truth. She relies upon it. So this is what's going on, y'all. This is the crazy stuff here. Now, I want to get to another video of Marcellus Wiley, who has a YouTube channel. He played in the NFL. He knows Shannon Sharpe. He used to work at Fox 1 Sports, just where Shannon Sharpe was at. He knows Shannon Sharpe. being an NFL player, he's given perspective about this whole situation that I find is crazy, everybody. This whole situation is crazy. But I want y'all to hear what Marcellus Wiley had to say about this situation. And it's a wild one, y'all. Check this out.
Slandered or his name not being held in the highest honor, Tony Busby, doesn't really matter. And not in the court system because, one, most cases don't even go to trial. They get settled, right? And there's two ways to settle it. One, that nobody knows that you settled it, but you did.
Okay.
Or two, we all know you settled it because there was a case, and what happened to that case? It just went away. So let's talk about that. In this situation, Shannon Sharpe, either A, was given a demand letter between January and when this case was actually filed, so mid-April. There's a demand letter. Hey, Shannon Sharpe, $50 million or I'm going to tell the world and file this case. And Shannon Sharpe, either A, received that letter, said, tell the world. Or B, he never received that letter because they wanted to go to the world first. But the point of this is a lot of misinformation saying, oh, Shannon Sharpe was up for a $100 million podcast deal once this deal is over at the volume, and now you're going to file this. Well, this was in the works privately weeks ago. I would say months ago.
You hear what he's saying? That people that are saying, hey, she filed this lawsuit to get this money because he's going to be coming into a big contract. Marcellus Wiley is saying, nah, that's not true. That he believes that this might have been already in the works way in the past that has now come home to roost on Shannon Sharpe at this moment. That he's supposed to get a big new contract. Let's continue.
But this did not just happen overnight because of a podcast deal. So get that out of there in the comments and as headlines. No, they either approached Shannon Sharpe between January was the last incident, so she could have came to a lawyer then, or it happened weeks after, days after, but it didn't happen a couple of days ago. So let's get that out of there. Now, from there, this is a civil case, not a criminal case. You're like me. I'm like, why? If something really happened to you, why is this not a criminal case, right? Why would you take money over justice? Well, in these situations, it's easier to prove in a civil case than it is in a criminal case, right? If you've ever followed any of those allegations and essays through a criminal case, it's very difficult because it becomes a he say, she say story. The same thing is here in a civil case, except to burden of proof to actually get that out, to get the conviction, if it even goes to trial, is a lot easier. So most of these things are actually settled. Most of these things are mediated through a court mediator.
Now, Marcellus Wiley is right about that. A lot of times these situations don't go to a court. They'll go through a settlement, a mediation. You're right. That explains why Shannon Sharpe offered her $10 million. But see, I'm going to say this again. A guilty man doesn't cut deals with people when he knows he's not guilty, that he has the truth on his side. A guilty man is a man that does these sort of things. If you are totally innocent, you don't cut deals. You're not going to give somebody $10 million, then turn around and try to get them to sign a confidential disclaimer so that they don't reveal anything else unless you've been doing some shit with them. This is where I look at Shannon Sharpe with a sort of a weird eye here because, dude, you trying to settle with this woman and trying to get her to sign a disclaimer? If none of this is true, you wouldn't be offering her any money. You damn sure wouldn't be worrying about a disclaimer because you know you got the truth on your side. I mean, damn.
This dog whistle that is going out to all these other Jane Does is really what this is about. That's where the legs are. So if you're Shannon Sharpe, here's some things that have to concern you. One, you have something on record in 2010, the case, SA case, the threats, a restraining order against Shannon Sharpe from a young lady when he was working at CBS. Just put that in the back of your head because that could be used to change the winds of how we look at this situation.
Yeah, you making
in the
sense,
court
brother.
of public opinion. And remember, when you're talking about a civil case with someone who's high profile, and we're going to be a part of this conversation louder than you think, because they're trying to use as leverage Shannon Sharpe's reputation and the hit that he's already taken and the one he will continue to take the longer this plays out.
Facts.
But Shannon Sharpe is interesting. He had a different defense than the typical. He had a defense that is closer to what my defense was. He had a defense closer to what Jay-Z's defense.
Let me stop right here. Remember Marcellus Wiley, recently he had been accused of things of this nature towards women, and he had to go to court and fight for his reputation, his life, the whole 9 yards. That's why he said it's what he had to go through as well. This is very interesting shit. Let's continue.
This was. He even went more gangster than probably both of us. He told us her name. He said, she not hide behind Jane Doe. We're going to call her Gabriella Zuniga. That's her real name. Zuniga. Now, that's gangster. Now, Gabriella under the advice of your lawyer, you're putting it out there, and everyone's like, why are you doing that? That's foolish. You know, that's against the law or whatever it may be. Let me tell you why he did it. Because privately, she's trying to hope that she can shame him into a place where he would settle that $50 million. You don't want all this out, Shannon Sharpe. You don't want everybody to know all your dirty little secrets. You're a public figure. You're making all this money. Let this just go away. Why don't you just pay for this to go away? You don't want everybody to know how crazy you are, how psycho you are, how nasty you are, etc. Whatever it may be. She's just going to keep going or making it up. And Shannon, from the gate, has let her know, and her defense team, Tony Busby, hey, I don't care. I will put these tweets out, these texts out. He already has put out some information about her. You could go to his Twitter and see it, where he's saying, look, this is how she came at me.
All right. All right, y'all. All right. So this is what's going on there. So everybody, let me know in the comment section of this video where you stand with Shannon Sharpe. Do you see him as he's guilty of sin? Do you think the young lady is just trying to get a payday on him? Do you think they were into some kink? I personally think that they were into some weird stuff. And it's obvious with those text messages that Shannon Sharpe exposed about her that she was into the kinky stuff, the kinky talk, the choke talk, and all of that sort of stuff, right? So this is going to be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out, whether he loses this case. If he loses this and if he's found to be guilty of all these things, you can stick a fork into his career. Goodbye, Shay Shay Show. Goodbye, First Take. His reputation goes right down the drain. And I'm going to say again, what the hell is a 55 to 56-year-old man doing messing around with these IG models? You know, come on, Shannon Sharpe. You making money. You're a big-time name in sports media. And this is the type of females that you're going for. You're going for the low-hanging fruit like this when you can get better quality of woman. You're getting a 19-year-old girl who doesn't have a fully developed brain, and because you're caught up in the looks and these guys go for these OnlyFans type women like this who have these pictures of themselves that are very sexual in nature and the way they display themselves. What's wrong with these people, with these athletes and just grown ass men who do not use proper brain power in the decisions that they're making when they're getting with these IG women that are on IG, that are on social media, showing their whole body to the world. Goddamn, he even says she got an OnlyFans page, which means she's showing her body to men all over the world, and you getting involved with something like that. And now she's trying to hit you up for $50 million because you guys had a bad breakup in which she's saying that you were doing weird sexual things to her without her consent. But then I tend to think that she was into some weird stuff too, based on the text messages that you had with her back and forth. That's why he released those text messages to kind of negate the audio clip that I thought was very embarrassing as well. With that said, everybody, thank you for watching the program. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, share this video on all your social media, and you know what? Tell somebody that you love them. Take care.
Information is power.
Tell the truth.